Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. It's 8 a.m. here, and prices of BTC currently at 92.27. All right, so let's get to the Bitcoin analysis. I'm going to start off with a 15-minute time frame. So for those of you who are watching this video on YouTube who are not part of the advantage, I mapped out a couple of trades yesterday because I was a bit uncertain exactly which direction Bitcoin wants to head off into. So my long position was I really wanted to get orders between 89.75 and 9,050, and my stop was down here, right around 8,900. Okay, and unfortunately, I placed I think that trade somewhere around here, so I don't think it happened to hit my orders down here. But I also had pulled the orders because I wanted to show you guys something, okay? So I was a bit more confident in the long until I saw something like this happening, all right? I'm gonna show y'all, let's see. There it is, okay? So here's the 1 hour time frame, all right? So on the 1 hour, I saw this falling wedge happening, so I was a bit more confident that, okay, this breakout happened, this pullback happened, and the retest of that wedge, all right? But then this wedge is in this large descending triangle, okay? And to be honest, I really hate descending triangles at the top of trends like that. When it's an ascending triangle like this, okay? This is a terrible ascending triangle. So when price sort of comes up like this and it starts, becoming tightened and tightened, this makes me feel more comfortable for a pop-up, all right? But unfortunately, that did not happen. What we're really seeing is after this massive stop run right here on the shorts, right, where $300 million got liquidated in this 3-day move, now we're seeing essentially to me what looks like a distribution. Okay, so I didn't really want to buy a long, right after this breakout because I didn't feel, it was ready for a push out. But now I'm feeling a bit more confident that this thing looks like, okay, it moved out of the falling wedge right here, pulled back around, retested it, also created a rounded bottom, and now is retesting that trend line again. So I'm feeling a little bit more confident in the longs, but not particularly to take heavy trades, okay? I'm feeling some scalps here and there, okay? And I might take a scalp back to the same original targets, all right? So around 94.50, 95.50, and then all the way up here, 9,900. But again, if you really want to be safe and take some long trades, you may want to wait until price gets above at least this wick, okay? Because what happened about an hour ago, or a couple hours ago actually, was this massive wick right here. Typically when this happens, when price is trying to roll back around like this, creating a rounded bottom, it pushes up fast because it wants to clear out some orders, some short orders up here, pull back down, and then gear up for another push, okay? Which most people say it looks like, sort of a cup and handle when that does happen, right? Cup, handle right there, and then boom, all right? Remember, cup and handles are typically bullish patterns, and so they could work out potentially bullishly, but again, I'm still waiting for this descending trend line to break. So, a safer bet for longs would be above this wick high or even above this wick high. Okay. And then, in terms of, let's see, where this is the 4-hour chart. All right. In terms of the 4-hour, really nothing has happened. Okay. Still in this large trading range, moving up and down and up and down. Between the high of 9,600 and a low of about 9,000. So that $600 trading range is still alive and well. And you could see again right here, this sort of rounded bottom on the 4-hour makes me feel a little bit more confident in the longs. Okay. And honestly, this trading range to me is almost analogous to this one up here, or I'm sorry, down here, what we had previously between September and October, when we were basically hovering between 8,800 and down to about, I don't know, $7,800, right? So that $1,000 range. So I don't see why we can't push up a little bit more. I guess you could make the argument that after this massive run up, this is just lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. But I think even if price is going to push down, I think, the bulls have enough juice for now to sort of grind this thing up at least to 94, 9,500 and then push back down. Ultimately, though, I do want to say that I still do think that price will go back down. I really think people think that this right here was a start of like a new bull run, and it may be, but I have not seen bull runs like this started when you just go up like this, pull back, and then push back up again. Okay, especially when we already had a massive run up from December way back here to June for almost a 400 or 500% run up, and then a distribution from this high. So if we look at the run up, right, so from December low to this high, that's 500 and let me see what that is. So that's about 330 or 340%. All right, so then if we look from this high to this low, that's about a 47% drop, which I would say is decent, when it's looking for pullbacks in a bull market. I just don't think this is a bull market right here. I think this was, potentially a good run, and I think bull markets will probably be started when we go like this, pull back deeper, and then push out. Okay, because I really think that there's just too many people who are just bullish right here, or we're still bullish right here, still bullish right here. And I think the most amount of liquidity will be generated when all these people who are FOMO longing, thinking Bitcoin has to go to 20 or 30 or 40K in like 6 months, when they get stopped out down here, or they get forced out of their positions when price goes back to 6,000 or 5,000, then we can start a new bull rally. Okay, but for now, I think there's just too many crypto Twitter trolls who are wanting, or needing rather, for this price to go up, because maybe, who knows, they're stuck in this position from way up here, where they averaged into Bitcoin from this drop and this drop and this drop, and now they're still underwater. Okay, but in my eyes, nothing really has changed. We're still utilizing this gold block. As you can see, it was support, 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 and then now resistance. So I don't see why we can't just push down again, right? The bullish argument to that is, okay, well, what if this was, say a run up? We're now flagging right here, and then we're ready to push out. That's a fair argument, okay? But again, you kind of don't push up $3,000 like this, to not have any pushback from the bears to the downside again. Okay, so if prices move one way, that they'll definitely gravitate another way too, before potentially resuming their trend. Okay. Again, also on the 4 hour, you can see I've mentioned this many times. I'll do it one more time so you guys can see this trend line right here. You can see comes back from July, first touch, second touch, multiple touches in September and August, middle of September right here, another touch, initial point of breakdown right there. Right, so that red block is between 9,700 and 9,600. So that red block stretches out to where we are right now. Right, you got rejected, rejected. No candle has been able to cleanly open and close above this red block. So I think even if we reach back up, I think we're gonna tap this red block and then potentially push back down. Okay, so those are my thoughts. I'm gonna get rid of this monthly open, and I think the monthly open, so let's check out the monthly open, because we had a new monthly, right? So monthly opened at 9160. So let's go back to that and change that up. Okay, so we'll do this 9160. I like to keep an eye on the monthly opens, because they're pretty critical to price action. Price likes to either come back to the monthly open as support or hit it as resistance. And I think if we actually, let me see if I can. Okay, so back here the monthly open was 8,300, right? So I want to show y'all all through October, right? So this was October monthly open. So October started over here, right? Over here. So look how many times, if you just look to the right and the left, so I want to show you guys right there, okay? Look how many times price tagged this area just based on the monthly open. So you can see the monthly started right over here. Couldn't get past it, pulled down, tapped as resistance, pulled down, blew through it, came back, used it as support right there, support, monthly open everywhere, right? Used it as resistance again, right? So you can see, and then, you know, over here at the end of the month, right, we blew through it, and now our monthly open is, like I said, 91.60, okay? So now we're going to keep an eye on the monthly open for November and see what it could do in terms of price action for us going forward, okay? So the monthly did, you know, close like this, and nothing too bullish or bearish, honestly. This to me is really, you know, a potential reversal pattern right here, a potential turnaround. So it could be good for price action going forward for the next month. So do keep an eye on this. But I really don't see anything too bearish about this. It could just be, you know, 3 candles down, one, you know, sort of redemption candle, and then another one down. But I still do think that in the month of November, I think we're going to get, you know, at least a pop up to 97, 9800, and then pull back down, or at least 9600 max, right? Because like I said, you know, 9600, this is where that red block stretches, you know, which was that initial point of breakdown before prices slammed down in late September, okay? So I'm expecting another push up potentially. All right, so again, look and see how price is now coming back to that monthly open, 91.60, and trying to use that support. Obviously, it looks like price is really just slamming down hard. So we'll keep an eye on this, all right? But that's pretty much it, folks. I'm going to wrap this analysis up, and hope y'all make some great trades, all right? Take care. Cheers.